Thanks to their powerful leaps, kangaroos have long been recognized as Australia's official national animal, a symbol of forward movement and the continent's indomitable spirit. But did you know that over 1.5 million kangaroos are processed annually? Across the sun-baked plains, where wind and heat hone their strength and instincts, kangaroos grow wild and free. However, when populations get out of control, human intervention becomes inevitable. It is then that their final leaps carry them from the plains to industrial processing lines, where this iconic creature is transformed into meat and leather products worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Join us as we explore how kangaroos became a wild resource fueling a global supply chain. Many consider kangaroos to be cute and cuddly animals until they see a tall, muscular kangaroo boxing with a human or holding a hunting dog in its grip on the plains. In reality, kangaroos are quite aggressive and possess a strong territorial instinct, especially during the mating season. An adult male can reach 2 meters in height, weigh over 90 kilograms, have a muscular build, and its kicks exceed 850 pounds per square inch, which is strong enough to break the bones of an adult man. Kangaroos are perhaps some of the most unique animals in the world, as few species are simultaneously national symbols and legally trapped and processed in the land they represent. But there is a reason for this. With a population of around 50 million, double the number of people in Australia, their numbers are growing uncontrollably. Moving in herds, feeding abundantly, and being active at night, kangaroos compete with livestock for food, break fences, trample crops, and cause billions of dollars in damage. This is why, to control populations and reduce losses, between 1.5 to 2 million kangaroos are hunted annually under government plans. And among them, the two most valuable products that people extract from kangaroos are, first, red meat, known for its rich flavor, natural leanness, and iron and protein content, 2 to 3 times that of beef. Second, leather, which is highly valued in the luxury fashion industry by renowned brands such as Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton. But before becoming a resource for the meat and leather industries, each kangaroo's journey begins with the most primal instinct: reproduction. Unlike many mammals, kangaroos do not have a fixed breeding season and can mate and give birth year-round. However, their reproductive cycle is highly dependent on environmental conditions, particularly the availability of water and food. After heavy rains, when the plains turn green again, there is often a surge in births and mating activity. During the mating season, males become even more aggressive and are always ready to engage in real boxing matches. They stand on their hind legs, strike with their forelimbs, and then use their tail as a prop for powerful double kicks with their hind legs. Each such fight can last for several minutes, and the blows are so strong that they can knock an opponent off their feet. The purpose of this process is not only to win the right to mate, but also to establish hierarchy and dominance within the group. Only the winner gains access to the females, and the losers can only watch from the sidelines. Another unique feature of kangaroo reproduction is that the female carries the joey for only about 30 to 36 days. At birth, the joey is incredibly small, only 2 to 2.5 centimeters long, weighing less than 1 gram, resembling a blind little grain. Many mistakenly believe that kangaroos are born in a pouch, but in reality, the joey is born through the birth canal, just like in other mammals. However, due to an exceptional survival instinct, it is able to independently reach its mother's abdomen and climb into the forepouch, a warm, safe haven where it continues to grow for several more months. The joey remains in the mother's pouch for 6 to 8 months, an ideal nursery for its development. Even when it becomes quite large, the mother patiently and devotedly cares for it. Only when the young kangaroo becomes strong enough to stand and jump on its own does it begin to leave the safety of the pouch and embark on a journey to explore the outside world, just like a child taking its first steps. It is important to note that the decision to leave the pouch is not forced by the mother, but is a natural process following the joey's own development. Have you ever seen a baby kangaroo poke its head out of its mother's pouch? But this journey of exploration lasts from 18 to 24 months, almost a third of their natural lifespan, until the joey reaches the ideal size, ready for commercial use, from meat production to leather manufacturing. Dealing with kangaroos is no easy task. Their sharp senses, incredible speed, and unpredictable movements make hunting them one of the most challenging pursuits in the Australian wilderness. The first key to a successful hunt is location. In wild areas with high kangaroo density, licensed hunters in Australia use satellite maps to track the movement routes of kangaroo herds. Next, the prime time for hunting kangaroos is at night. As soon as the daytime heat subsides and darkness falls, kangaroos become more active. They leave their shelters to forage, move more, and become less cautious, making them ideal targets for a surprise, unplanned hunt. Unlike controlling wild boars in the United States, using bait and traps for kangaroos is ineffective as they are not easily attracted by food, and such methods can lead to inhumane injuries, which are strictly prohibited under Australian government regulations. Instead, hunters use powerful spotlights and rifles with telescopic sights to detect and shoot kangaroos from a distance, often with precision up to 150 to 200 meters. And just like that, 30 to 70 kangaroos are harvested in a single night by each professional hunter. And about 2 million kangaroos disappear from the Australian landscape annually. This hunt is not only a reward for patience, accuracy, and a deep understanding of animal behavior, but also a legal and scientific method of population control, helping to maintain ecological balance and reduce human conflict. Kangaroos are then collected using large trucks, preparing for transport, and the next stage of the processing chain. Kangaroo meat is pre-processed on-site to ensure maximum freshness. And here's something you'll probably notice easily. A kangaroo's tail is never left intact. Since the tail serves as measurable proof, each tail corresponds to one harvested individual. Hunters are required to cut off the tail and present it as a mandatory part of their hunting report in accordance with strict government regulations designed to protect the long-term sustainability of the wild kangaroo population. One detail you might have missed is that some mother kangaroos may be accidentally harvested while they are still pregnant or nursing their joeys. This is why compassionate individuals and animal welfare groups like WIRES, Australia's largest wildlife rescue organization, step in to rescue and raise these orphaned joeys with care and devotion. Despite rescue efforts, only about 10 to 20% of orphaned joeys are found and survive after their mothers have been killed. This also raises questions about the balance between ethics and the exploitation of wild resources. Specialized trucks quickly transport kangaroo meat to the processing plant. In the receiving area, each kangaroo carcass is hung on an automated conveyor system, moving them through a series of inspection stations. Workers in protective clothing and hygienic gloves conduct a preliminary inspection of each carcass, carefully examining the surface for any anomalies or signs of low quality. Inside the factory, each kangaroo carcass is inverted and moved to the skinning station. Here, workers use specialized knives to precisely and decisively separate the hide from the meat. The de-skinned kangaroo meat remains hanging on hooks and continues along the automated line to the internal inspection area. This stage serves as an intermediate filtering step before the meat is cut and sorted in detail. At this stage, workers conduct a basic assessment of the meat by color, texture, and smell to determine its freshness and initial quality. In the cutting room, kangaroo carcasses are laid out on workbenches, where dozens of workers perform the cutting, cleaning, and separation of various muscle groups. Using specialized knives, they carefully separate parts such as the tenderloin, thigh, shoulder, and ribs, while maintaining the natural muscle structure. Each step is performed quickly but precisely due to the workers' practical skills and the smooth coordination between the production line stages. After the cutting is complete, each cut is subjected to a final inspection and neatly arranged in trays according to type and size. Fresh kangaroo meat has a distinct dark red color, dense texture, and is virtually fat-free. After cutting, the meat cuts are placed in special plastic bags and passed through a vacuum sealing machine, which extends shelf life and prevents bacterial growth. Each package is clearly labeled with detailed information such as the type of cut, weight, packaging date, and traceability code. But this is only half of the economic value derived from kangaroos. In addition to red meat, their hides are fully utilized and processed into premium material for luxury fashion brands such as Gucci, Prada, and Hermes. In the initial stage, the hides are placed in large rotating drums where they are soaked, washed, and treated with chemicals to remove any remaining impurities, hair, and fat. After several hours of continuous tumbling, the hides become noticeably softer. At this stage, they resemble giant sheets of sandpaper, but with remarkable flexibility and durability. Following chemical soaking and treatment, the kangaroo hides are either air-dried or gently heated to remove excess moisture before proceeding to the staking stage. Each hide is fed into a specialized hydraulic staking machine, where pressure and temperature are precisely controlled to smooth and even out the leather's surface. Subsequently, workers manually inspect each hide, checking for wrinkles, creases, or minor imperfections before it moves to the next phase. After staking and drying, the kangaroo hides are stretched onto frames in preparation for the dyeing process. An automated spraying system applies a layer of pigment to the leather's surface, according to specifications that may include shades such as brown, black, gray, or even high-fashion colors. Each pigment layer is meticulously controlled to ensure uniform coverage, the correct sheen level, and optimal adhesion to the material. Once dyed and surface treated, the kangaroo leather passes through a hot pressing machine to enhance its shine and ensure consistent coloration. Workers continue to meticulously inspect each hide, rejecting any with defects, and then carefully fold or stack them in layers. In belt production, the process of crafting a kangaroo leather belt begins with a thorough inspection before molding commences. Utilizing measuring tools and specialized knives, artisans mark and cut the leather into long strips with precise dimensions, perfect for belt construction. These leather strips are then passed through edge beveling machines, creating a smooth, angled finish that gives the belt a refined, premium look. Next, the strips are pressed to shape and compress the layers of leather, and then securely stitched using industrial sewing machines to ensure straight, even seams. Once completed, each belt is stamped on the reverse side with a logo and product information to confirm its origin and quality. The journey does not end here. Kangaroo leather is also used for crafting premium wallets with exquisite finishes. Skilled artisans meticulously select each hide, using only those that meet stringent standards for softness, thickness, and surface uniformity. After cutting and attaching any hardware, the leather pieces are placed between protective sheets and staked, either by hand or with a specialized press. This step ensures the leather maintains a stable form, eliminates natural cupping, and creates a smooth surface for subsequent assembly stages. Once the leather components have been staked and shaped, they proceed to the stitching phase, where each piece is joined together to form the wallet's final structure. At this juncture, precision is paramount. Even the slightest misalignment can lead to an unbalanced product or affect how smoothly it opens and closes. This is why every wallet crafted from high-quality kangaroo leather bears the mark of meticulous craftsmanship, carefully constructed down to every single stitch. After stitching is complete, the leather components are carefully bonded using specialized adhesive. Once bonded, a craftsman, either by hand or with a light press, gently joins the pieces to ensure a complete fit and prevent delamination during use. The edges and corners of the wallet are also finely smoothed to achieve a sleek, sophisticated surface. Finally, the molding and finishing stage arrives. The wallet is placed inside a molding die. Its edges are trimmed, polished, and precisely colored to achieve a clean, professional appearance. The surface is then wiped and treated with a special oil that enhances the leather's color and imparts a soft, natural sheen. This is how a premium kangaroo leather wallet comes to life. Wagyu, which translates from Japanese as Japanese cow, is more than just a breed of cattle. It is a national culinary treasure of the land of the rising sun. Annually, Japan exports over $500 million worth of Wagyu beef, primarily to delicacy markets such as the United States, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Wagyu's worldwide fame lies in its signature marbling. This is a complex network of intramuscular fat that permeates the meat with thin streaks. Wagyu marbling can exceed 40%, significantly surpassing the 5 to 10% typically found in ordinary beef. As a result, Wagyu melts at around 30 degrees Celsius, a body temperature, delivering a buttery, rich flavor and melt-in-your-mouth texture at prices reaching $1,000 per kilogram. To the Japanese, the Wagyu brand is more fiercely protected than gold. Esteemed names like Kobe, Matsusaka, Omi, and Hida are not merely regions. They are heritage icons governed by strict regulations, akin to France's prestigious Bordeaux wines. Today, Wagyu is also farmed in countries such as Australia, the United States, and Canada. But only purebred Japanese Wagyu truly retains the class and soul of what is known as the red gold of the culinary world. To raise Wagyu cattle that yield melt-in-your-mouth beef with exquisite marbling, each worth tens of thousands of dollars, everything must be precise from the very first step: breeding. Today, most Wagyu farms rely on artificial insemination to control genetics, selecting only the best traits from elite bulls with exceptional marbling records. Cows are also carefully chosen based on health and lineage before entering the breeding cycle. Semen collected from a bull is processed, cryogenically frozen, and then introduced into the cow's uterus. Before this, farmers manually remove feces from the rectum and clean the vulva to maintain hygiene, prevent infections, and accurately pinpoint the insemination site. With everything ready, semen is administered via a thin tube, called a catheter, reaching the cervix, where fertilization takes place. Although the procedure only takes a few minutes, it lays the foundation for an almost 3-year journey to produce some of the most prized Wagyu beef in the world. After fertilization, the cow remains pregnant for over 9 months before giving birth. Wagyu cows typically deliver only 1 calf per pregnancy, allowing the calf to fully develop and ensuring the highest quality of meat in the future. When the calf is born, it is still wet and weak. The mother cow licks the calf to warm it, stimulate circulation, and foster an initial bond between mother and offspring. But within 30 minutes to an hour, it begins to attempt to stand and instinctively seeks its mother's udder for colostrum, the vital first source of nutrition. For the first 3 months after birth, Wagyu calves receive special care to ensure strong immunity and stable growth. The most critical early stage involves ensuring adequate colostrum within the crucial first 6 to 12 hours, which transfers essential antibodies from the mother. After this, the calf continues to feed on the mother's milk or receives a specialized milk replacer supplemented with minerals and vitamins as needed. During the initial weeks, it is crucial to keep the calf warm, and the shelter must remain dry and clean to prevent diarrhea, a common ailment in newborn calves. Around the 2nd to 3rd week, farmers gradually introduce soft hay and concentrated feed to prepare the calf for subsequent weaning. When Wagyu calves reach 3 to 4 months of age, they are weaned from their mothers and moved to specialized juvenile cattle pens. Calves are grouped by age, with 5 to 10 animals per group. They reside in spacious barns, lined with thick, dry straw to retain heat, absorb waste, and prevent slips. Their environment is maintained to be quiet and well ventilated. As Wagyu cattle are particularly sensitive to stress and their surroundings, old straw is removed and manure is collected every morning using shovels or specialized vacuum machines, and then replaced with fresh, dry straw to keep the barn clean and odor-free. Outside of rest times, cattle are released into outdoor yards or nearby grassy patches at fixed times for light exercise. This free movement not only improves metabolism, but also helps reduce stress, a key factor that directly impacts future marbling. Alongside their living conditions, the secret to producing melt-in-your-mouth Wagyu beef with intricate marbling lies in its unique diet. Unlike traditional cattle that are rapidly fattened to maximize weight using fresh grass and byproducts to cut costs, Wagyu are raised slowly on a diet rich in starch and low in fiber. This includes hay, straw, rice bran, grains, brewer's grains, and fermented soybeans. Wagyu are fed 2 to 3 times daily with meticulously balanced rations to control energy intake and fat accumulation. Have you ever seen a cow drink beer? With Wagyu, it is a reality. Some Japanese farms give cattle beer during the summer to stimulate their appetite. Although there is no conclusive scientific evidence, this distinctive feeding regimen is believed to contribute to Wagyu's signature tenderness, exquisite marbling, and sky-high price. Beyond diet and exercise, Wagyu cattle are treated like true VIPs. To maintain their physical condition and prevent ailments, their hooves are trimmed every 2 to 3 months, a seemingly minor task, yet crucial for joint health and maintaining a strong, stable gait. Their hides are also brushed with soft brushes to remove dirt, stimulate circulation, and help them relax, especially in hot weather. While these steps may appear simple, they play a vital role in keeping Wagyu cattle calm and healthy, and a relaxed, well-cared-for body is the foundation for producing rich, tender meat that no growth technology can replicate. After nearly 3 years of care, much like four-legged royalty, Wagyu cattle enter their final stage, preparation for slaughter. Premium Wagyu beef must be between 28 and 32 months old, weigh at least 600 to 700 kilograms, and possess ideal marbling ratios, strong physical condition, and stable mental states. Farmers carefully guide the cattle into specially designed transport trucks, equipped with non-slip floors, roofs, and partitions to ensure their safety and comfort throughout the journey. As a sensitive breed, Wagyu must be transported gently, without haste, and with minimal noise to avoid stress. Upon arrival at the processing facility, the cattle are directed to a dedicated resting area. This recovery period allows the animals to recuperate from transport, stabilize their heart rates, reduce stress, and normalize their circulation. Processing begins with the cattle being ushered onto a production line, where the hide and internal organs are removed in one piece and transferred to specialized processing zones. Once these stages are complete, the remaining carcass is hung on a rack, using special hooks to keep the body upright and balanced. The carcass is then bisected lengthwise down the spine, a critical step that ensures precise cooling and grading. In subsequent stages, the production environment is kept cool and dry with impeccably polished floors to maintain hygiene and ensure a smooth workflow. After initial processing, the carcass is moved to a chilling room, a sealed space maintained at a stable temperature between 0 and 2 degrees Celsius with a humidity of around 85% for 24 to 36 hours, allowing muscle fibers to fully relax, moisture to distribute evenly, and internal biochemical reactions to continue slowly. Under angled inspection lighting, specialists examine key indicators: the fineness, density, coverage, and uniformity of the intramuscular fat, traits that define Wagyu's aesthetic appeal and signature melt-in-your-mouth texture when cooked. Based on these findings, the meat is graded into various quality categories, typically using scores or letters according to each country's or facility's standards. Each assessed cut is labeled with traceability tags containing information on its origin, aging date, and grading code. In Japan, Wagyu beef is classified by a system that combines letters A or C with numbers from 1 to 5. The letter indicates the yield, the amount of edible meat obtained after butchering, while the number reflects the meat's quality, including color, tenderness, and most importantly, marbling, the fine white streaks of fat running through the muscles. Grade A5 is the highest, meaning the cow yields a high quantity of meat with near-perfect quality. The top A5 grade cuts, especially from renowned regions like Kobe, Matsusaka, or Hida, are put up for exclusive auctions for assessment. There, each cut is suspended under angled lighting to highlight its marbled fat patterns. Experts and distributors can gauge a cut's value at a glance. Prices are not fixed. Depending on perfection, provenance, and brand, a single cut can fetch tens of thousands of US dollars. High-end restaurants, five-star hotels, and luxury retailers fiercely compete to acquire these elite Wagyu cuts, not only for their quality but also for the prestige and status they represent. From the grading zone, the carcasses move to the next processing area, a quiet, focused space where concentration is maintained at an almost meditative level. Every movement here is smooth and deliberate, as if everyone understands they are working with an ingredient that is not only precious but also demands the utmost respect and care. Before butchering begins, the flank and skirt fat are carefully removed, prized for their light color, tenderness, and elasticity. They are preserved whole and sent to a specialized department for use in premium product lines or in high-end culinary applications. The carcass is then laid onto a cutting table and butchered according to its natural muscle structure: ribs, brisket, shank, and shoulder. Each portion is handled with precision to preserve the marbling patterns formed over hundreds of days. Each slice is then inspected, artfully arranged on trays, or vacuum-packed on the spot. Packaging follows immediately, without delay, and with minimal exposure to ambient air. A traceability label is printed and applied the same day, indicating origin, processing date, and specific cut type. This entire process marries precision equipment with skilled hands. Workers are trained not just to see and feel, but to sense quality through experience that no software can replicate. This balance ensures the facility maintains a consistent output while preserving the full value of each cut as it was when first sliced. But have you ever wondered how to cook a piece of Wagyu beef, precious as red gold, in a way that truly honors its value? In reality, Grilling Wagyu is surprisingly simple, and it is this simplicity that unlocks its true perfection. Each slice is left at room temperature for 15 to 20 minutes before cooking, allowing the fat to soften evenly and preventing thermal shock. It is then placed onto a cast iron skillet or grill, preheated to around 200 to 220 degrees Celsius. No oil, no complex seasoning, just a pinch of fine salt. Each side is seared for a mere 30 to 45 seconds, just enough for the fat to begin melting and form a lightly seared aromatic crust, while the inside remains tender, juicy, and rich in flavor. Careful turning, even searing, and a short rest period are all that is needed for perfection. A cut that melts the moment it touches your tongue. With Wagyu, it's not about complexity, it's about restraint. Letting the natural richness speak for itself is the key to preserving the essence nurtured through its everyday journey from farm to table. France leads the snail farming race with an annual production of thousands of tons, contributing tens of millions of dollars to the economy. Snail meat is tender, slightly chewy, and subtly sweet. Often prepared with garlic butter and herbs, it becomes the iconic escargot, a symbol of French cuisine. The country's snail farming industry is thriving, with hundreds of professional farms transforming this slow-moving creature into a refined element of French culture. But don't let their tiny appearance fool you. Snails are true, biological gold mines. Their slime contains collagen, elastin, glycolic acid, and allantoin, valuable compounds that aid in skin regeneration, reduce scarring, and fight aging. Due to these properties, snail slime is dubbed liquid gold in the biocosmetics world, and once purified, it fetches between $500 to $1,000 per kilogram. Every great story has a beginning. For snails, it begins on specialized farms where humans create a perfect, slimy paradise to birth this liquid gold from Earth's slowest crawl. Currently, one of the most popular and effective systems for raising snails is a semi-natural model that involves indoor cultivation and relocation to outdoor areas for further growth. This approach provides better control during the early, most sensitive stages, while leveraging natural conditions for faster, healthier growth and maximized economic efficiency. The very first step in the production process, appearing simple, is absolutely critical: the careful selection of parrot-breed snails. The chosen individuals must be healthy, uniformly developed, possess a strong, undamaged shell, and be free of deformities to ensure the quality of the breeding stock from the outset. In nature, snails reproduce most actively in late spring, when the air is warm and humidity is high. However, in modern farms, it's possible to regulate temperature, lighting, and humidity to stimulate year-round reproduction, significantly boosting productivity. And while snails are hermaphrodites, possessing both male and female reproductive organs, they still require a partner for cross-fertilization. During the breeding season, they slowly approach each other, engaging in a courtship ritual of gentle touches and graceful spirals, a silent dance that can last for hours. The climax arrives when they exchange sperm via a structure called a love dart, one of the most unusual reproductive behaviors in the animal kingdom. After mating, snails lay their eggs in groups within pre-prepared soil trays. Each snail can lay anywhere from dozens to hundreds of eggs, typically choosing soft, moist, and secluded spots to ensure safety. The soil in the trays is sterilized, lightly moistened, and placed in quiet, darkened areas to create a secure environment for egg laying. Once the eggs are laid, the mother snail usually covers them with a thin layer of soil as a natural protection. However, in an industrial setting, the farmer promptly locates and carefully collects each clutch of eggs, taking care not to damage their structure, and places them in styrofoam boxes lined with loose, moist soil. Although the eggs do not require maternal care, they are highly sensitive to environmental changes. Therefore, they must be handled with great care and immediately transferred to an incubation chamber where temperature and humidity are constantly regulated round the clock. Approximately 10 to 20 days later, tiny creatures begin to break through their fragile shells and emerge. They are so delicate that their shells remain transparent and their bodies soft and weak, as if they have just emerged from another world. Thousands of tiny snails crawl across the surfaces of the trays, marking the beginning of a slow but promising journey to maturity. With a properly managed incubation process, the hatching rate of snails can reach 90%, an ideal figure in modern snail farming. Immediately after hatching, the young are transferred to more spacious and well-ventilated trays, fully equipped with nutritious feed. This is a crucial stage for creating optimal conditions for the uniform development of the entire brood, laying the foundation for a healthy generation ready for the next stages of growth. Once the snails become strong enough, these tiny inhabitants are released into lush vegetable fields, marking the beginning of an entirely new chapter in their development. To prepare for this stage, farmers utilize specialized tractors equipped with sharp plowshares and powerful soil processing systems to break up the ground, making it more airy and moisture retentive. They then evenly sow the field with seeds of vegetables such as mustard greens, bok choy, or turnip varieties, soft sweet plant species that snails particularly favor. In just 10 to 15 days, the fields come alive with a carpet of tender green sprouts. An automated irrigation system is regularly activated to keep the soil and foliage cool and moist. Large wooden boards are strategically placed between the rows of vegetables, which not only provide natural shade and reduce surface soil temperature, but also serve as cool retreats for the snails later on. When all conditions are met, the seedling trays are carefully opened, and the young snails are released onto the beds of tender greens. The fresh air, soft light, and rich plant ecosystem become their ideal habitat for further growth. Each snail begins to explore its new space, slowly crawling on leaves and nibbling on them little by little. A single snail can consume tens of leaves per day, a constant, vigorous growing process. Around the 80th day, as snails begin to reach maturity, their nutritional needs increase. By this time, the vegetable fields are often depleted and can no longer support optimal development. To maintain growth rates, farmers start supplementing with additional feed, a mix of bran, cornmeal, minerals, and light nutritional supplements, evenly distributed among the rows so all snails have access to it. By the 120th day, the snails are fully mature. They attach themselves to the underside of the wooden boards, avoiding the sun and resting. These boards become not just a source of shade, but natural, quiet shelters for tens of thousands of snails ready for harvest. The entire field transforms into a living biological garden, the perfect culmination of a closed-loop production cycle that is both natural and meticulously managed. As soon as snails reach full maturity, acquiring hard shells and a fully developed epiphragm, the harvest season officially commences. In lush green fields, now dotted with wooden shelter boards, farmers meticulously collect each snail by hand. They proceed with extreme caution, ensuring not to damage the shell or disturb the delicate soft body. The farmers move slowly, bending close to the ground, carefully inspecting every hidden nook and cluster of vegetation to ensure no snail is overlooked. With patient hands and observant eyes, each snail is gently lifted, akin to gathering living jewels, quietly nurtured by nature over hundreds of days. Immediately after collection, thousands of snails are transported to the cleaning zone. Here, farmers begin their washing process, a crucial step to remove mucus, dirt, and extraneous particles from the shells. The washing occurs under streams of cool water from low-pressure spray nozzles utilized. Each snail is rinsed gently, both for cleanliness and to aid in their recovery from the stress of the collection. Following the cleaning, snails are placed in ventilated mesh trays or baskets to drain and are held for approximately 24 hours to purge their digestive systems of waste. This is a vital step for ensuring the hygiene and quality of the final product. After transportation from the farm, adult snails are sorted according to their intended use. Healthy snails, meeting the standard size, are sent to meat processing facilities, where a rigorous industrial procedure is conducted to cater to the demands of the haute cuisine industry. The initial stage is cleaning, a critical and indispensable step. Snails, still within their shells, are placed in a high-pressure water washing system that meticulously removes all dirt, sand, and external impurities, ensuring complete hygiene before further processing. Once thoroughly cleansed, the snails are laid out on a conveyor belt leading to the processing area. Both sides of the belt are lined with skilled workers who handle the snails with speed and considerable care. Using small knives or specialized tools, they gently separate the delicate meat from the shell, taking care not to tear or damage the tissue. The extracted snail meat is then placed into separate trays, awaiting the subsequent processing stages. On the conveyor belt, the snail meat is evenly distributed to ensure a continuous and efficient workflow. Trays of snail meat are gradually emptied into the system, allowing the meat to spread evenly. At this point, workers use specialized scissors to remove any unwanted internal organs, leaving behind only the clean, high-quality meat. This step demands a high degree of precision, ensuring consistency in both the quality and appearance of the final product. Subsequently, the snail meat is washed once more and undergoes a final sorting stage to remove any remaining impurities. This ensures only clean, high-quality meat remains. Following this, the snail meat is portioned into small packages, each precisely weighed according to predetermined standard weights. These packages are then carefully compressed to tightly pack the meat and remove excess air, thereby extending shelf life. Once compressed, the packages are heat-sealed and labeled. All finished packages are then neatly arranged in cardboard boxes, ready for market distribution or delivery to restaurants. The meticulously processed snail meat is highly valued in the culinary world. In many establishments, it is served as a premium delicacy, priced between 30 and 50 currency units per serving, owing to its tender texture and delicate flavor. Snail meat has become a prized culinary treasure, cherished by gourmands worldwide. Meanwhile, healthy snails are transferred to the mucus extraction zone, one of the most delicate and valuable stages of the entire production process for high-quality biocosmetics. Using a traditional manual method, snail sacks are suspended from special racks positioned directly above gently oscillating metal rods. These rods continuously tap the sacks, naturally stimulating the snails to secrete mucus. The milky white slime from thousands of snails slowly drips into collection trays below, forming a thick, highly valuable liquid. On average, each snail can produce between 0.5 grams and 1 gram of mucus per cycle. This raw material is crucial and will later be processed for use in premium cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. In addition to the manual method, modern technology has introduced a more advanced extraction process that is entirely harmless to the snails. In large-scale facilities, adult snails are placed into specialized machines. Workers arrange the snails in a thin, even layer, ensuring each makes direct contact with the machine's surface. The machine is then sealed, and an automated extraction system is activated. The machine functions by mimicking a natural environment, combining gentle vibrations and controlled air pressure to safely and naturally stimulate the snails to secrete mucus. After approximately 30 to 60 minutes, mucus secretion begins and is collected through a specialized piping system. The entire process can last between 2 and 3 hours, ensuring the collection of high-quality mucus while the snails remain healthy and can continue to thrive. Upon extraction, the snails are then submerged into a deep state of dormancy akin to a temporary coma, during which they exhibit no immediate reaction. The collected snail mucus is transported to large vats for purification and viscosity homogenization. Workers then load the mucus into automated filling machines, ensuring each jar contains a precise amount of product. Sterilized glass jars move along the filling line and are filled with the smooth, viscous cream. Once filled, the jars are immediately sealed to preserve the product's quality. All finished jars are then neatly arranged on trays, awaiting final inspection before being packed into cardboard boxes and prepared for delivery to consumers. Unlike many other cosmetic products, snail mucin-based skincare does not require complex compositions. This is because the natural mucin already contains valuable active ingredients such as collagen, elastin, and glycolic acid. By lightly purifying and adding a few stabilizing agents, a high-quality and effective product can be created. Post-extraction, the snails are moved to a recovery zone where they can rest and regain their strength. Once fully recovered, they are released back into the lush green gardens with fresh grass and natural vegetation. Here, the snails continue to grow in a safe and comfortable environment. In approximately 2 to 3 months, they will be ready for another extraction cycle, with no long-term impact on their health.